Hey guys, it's definitely been a while since my last video, and I'll be completely honest here and say that with nothing really happening in terms of zpop Dream, I just haven't been motivated to make any videos whatsoever. In fact, I've been basically playing Sims for most of the time. I haven't been making videos, but with my fall semester unfortunately right around the corner, here I am trying to make videos again. Now this video is solely meant to express my concerns about the project, not to hate on the project. Trust and believe I would never waste my time making a video purposely trying to spread hate to a group and or singer. I fully believe you can be a fan of something and still be able to provide constructive criticism. So with that being said, a quick disclaimer. This video contains my thoughts and concerns with the zpop Dream project as it currently stands. My zpop Dream videos are meant to open a conversation and to be a place where you can freely express your opinions about zpop Dream or anything I talk about in this video, whether it's positive or negative. I please ask that you all respect the opinions of each other and have a civil conversation. However, hate towards the group nor any particular member is not and will not be tolerated. And with that being said, let's get into it. So as you guys know, the first generation of zpop Dream trained for about 3 months before officially debuting. Now personally, in my opinion, the training period is a bit too short. I think there's a lot of importance when it comes to training, having to be taught and or cleaning up their skills in dance, vocals, rapping, and so forth, along with at times having to learn another language on top of that. And over the years, we've seen idols who have trained for as short as 3 weeks or less, and some as long as 10 years. Now with a project like this designed to create waves within the industry and attempt to bring something new to the table, the training period can be very crucial when trying to achieve something like that. Now I do think that some members of zpop Dream, when given a 3-month training period, were able to do just fine due to having some experience beforehand. However, others definitely needed more time. I do not think that a 3-month training period could do justice to all the members of zpop Dream equally. The 3-month training period also adds on to the reason why I think this project was rushed, but I'll save that for another conversation. I look at their performances as individuals and then as a group. I do believe some members, even though they have improved over the months after debut, some are definitely still not strong vocally, rap-wise, and dance-wise, and some, if not most, lack in stage presence as well. I feel like a lot of members could have really honed their craft if they were given a lot more time. And I understand the argument that members could learn as they go with each performance they do. However, I think there was a lot more that needed to be done during the training period, especially since some people these days really take notice of a group's overall performance and or abilities, and some groups who have gone viral or gotten really popular because of that. If this project didn't have a 7-year time limit, personally I would have had them train for a minimum a year or a year and a half, and at max 2 years if they didn't want to wait so long. I do think what each member was able to achieve with a short training period is amazing, and I will not take that away from them. I do think, however, having a bit more time before debut really could have benefited them, and I look at second generation and I think having a bit more time could definitely benefit them as well. And I think a longer training period could have been beneficial language wise as well. If my memory serves me correctly, members of SNSD and FX a few years back talked about how during their training period, besides rigorous training in both singing and dancing, there was time dedicated for trainees learning another language, whether it was members learning Korean, Japanese, and or Mandarin, which became beneficial for overseas promotions. And I know that Z-stars are given lessons in Korean. I just think a longer training period could have given them more time to learn Korean and or get a better grasp in English, since I've noticed in some interviews that some members have a hard time trying to convey what they wanted to say in English. Now I don't expect any of them to be a master in English. Hell, English is one of my primary languages and even I still struggle with it. I just think having a training period longer than 3 months could have been beneficial, but again, I understand there is only so much they can do with a project that only lasts 7 years. I've probably said this in most of my zpop Dream videos, and over time I've gotten a few comments and DMs asking me why do I think their current songs are outdated, and I realized I never really fully explained why I think that. So here is why I have constantly said this, and I'm going to use K-pop groups to explain this, obviously since zpop Dream is based off the K-pop formula, so it kind of makes sense to do so. When looking back at some songs released in the past few years, there has been a significant change of the sound when it comes to song releases, from the high usage of auto-tune to EDM influences to different versions of a hip-hop concept to hypnotic choruses and so forth. It's no secret that some companies these days are trying to one-up themselves and others and trying to make their group stand out. I want to focus mainly on the years of 2012 to 2015, where songs like BAP's No Mercy, EXID's Everybody, Twice's Like Ooh-Ah, CLC's Pepe, and EXO's Overdose were out during those years. And I feel as if zpop Dream released their current songs within those years, I feel as if they would have matched the current trend that was happening during those years, and their songs would have been a bit more fitting during that time frame. And from these past years, probably starting from maybe 2017 to now, we've seen a big shift in comebacks and or song releases. Teaser photos having more detail, song releases that are more experimental, to music videos no longer being in a box and now almost a whole production. I feel as if, especially now, a lot of more companies, whether they are a very small company or a large company, are definitely taking risk, and some are not playing it safe anymore. I feel as if right now, zpop Dream has been playing it extremely safe with almost all of the releases, to the point where I can understand why music-wise both groups fall under the radar a little bit. Now, it's not bad to have a song that sounds dated as long as you're doing something new with it or putting some type of detail into that song. There are of course K-pop songs that give remnants of an older K-pop sound, like for example G-Friend's Apple Comeback is a great example of that, as well as K&K's song You. G-Friend's Apple Comeback in particular not only gives a remnants of an older K-pop sound, but also ties in a well-detailed storyline along with a well-thought-out concept and strong vocals that tie it all together. But moving on, this also seeps into their choreography as well. Their choreo, to me, again, just my opinion, tends to be very repetitive to the point where it becomes very much predictable, and I feel like they are capable of doing so much more. Like watching the boys do a cover of Vin's choreography to the song That's What I Like by Bruno Mars shows that to me, and Vanya's choreography to 16 Shots to me was a bit more interesting than the group's official choreography to some degree. I just feel like in general the choreography definitely needs an upgrade for future releases. Now I want to end this section talking about the utilization of each member's skills and or talents. Now, like I said previously, what each member managed to accomplish in a short period of time is amazing no matter what and takes a lot of hard work. However, a good sum of members still need a lot of improvement that comes with time and of course further practice, which I think they're very much capable of. However, I believe what some of the members have been given does not do them justice to some degree. Before I continue, I just want to say I'm going to mention some members in the next following examples. That does not mean that I think they are more talented than the other members that I don't mention, or does that mean that the other members are not talented. They are all talented regardless if I mention them or not. I'm just using some members as an example, that is all, because on this channel I've mentioned mainly on my K-pop videos that I'm not fond of people downplaying the talents of groups, and personally I think in the current fan culture, I think a lot of people have a habit of calling groups flops because they are not familiar with a group, but that's a conversation for another time. Just want to put that out there before any misunderstandings arise from this part of the video. I feel like for some members like Herlene, the current songs they have been given has shown what they are capable of doing and their talents, in this case vocal wise. But then I look at a member like Vanya and feel as if they've only scratched the surface of what she is capable of in terms of their releases. I've gone back and listened to some of Vanya's older and newer covers she did of songs before and after joining zpop Dream, and there is no doubt in my mind that she can sing her heart out when given the opportunity. I listened to her Sober by Demi Lovato cover, her Gureng cover, You Are Beautiful cover, and I asked myself, why are they not showing this off besides the high note she did in What You Waiting For? And I think it's one of the reasons why I think Fire Flame slightly makes me frustrated because of that. And I can't help but think that the current releases really hold back what Vanya is capable of doing. It's kind of the same feeling I have about Roy, a great singer, but none of the releases show that off. And it shouldn't only have to take a cover to show off what they can do. And I think the one member that really hasn't had their skills shown off in a better fashion, and probably the one that probably makes me the most frustrated, is Mahiro. So over the last few months since the project has been on hold, I've been really interested in what the members of first generation zpop Dream did before joining zpop Dream. One member in particular being Mahiro, since she was previously in the group N46, and I was very much curious about her time in the group. And of course, fell down the rabbit hole of N46 videos, and after about 20 plus videos in which a third of them were just her singing, it just showed to me that she really has a great singing voice and is a really good dancer, but what sucks is that What You Waiting For only shows a crumb of that. And what I think also sucks is that because she was gone for a good chunk of the group's promotions before joining again for promotions in Thailand and India, also kind of missed out on seeing more of what she is capable of doing, and I really hope if or when they are able to promote again that we can see more of what she can do in future releases. Now I understand that the members I mentioned are not soloists but are in a group, so that means there's only so much that a song can show off, not just them but all the members of the group as a whole. However, I do think that for their future releases, that if they're able to pull out the full potential of all the members and highlight more of what they can do and have a few standout moments, I feel like it could really make a huge difference moving forward, especially if they choose to continue with the subunits within the project and not only showcasing what they they can do within the group, but also continue to showcase that on their channel or in special videos. There have been countless idols who have gained attention just by videos that demonstrated what they can do, like how Lisa from Blackpink has her performance videos that she does once in a while, and or like how Sooyoung from CLC did monthly dance videos of her own choreography. I think it could really make a huge difference and provide not only more content for the project, but also more chances for the group to do well. Since I'm already on the topic of content, let's talk about that real quickly. Now, I think their content is okay for the most part. I don't really have a big issue about the content. However, I think a better variation of content would be nice. I don't mind the language quizzes or the personality quizzes. The vlogs are also just fine to me. I think it's all fun. However, it can get a bit of repetitive. Not the vlogs, but the multiple quizzes and maybe some of the challenges. I just would like them to up their content just a little bit. Like maybe have them do more physical challenges, scavenger hunts. Also, I hope they continue doing videos like the one they did for both groups on Glitzy. This whole section is mainly geared toward their YouTube channel, not their VLive channel, because I think their VLive channel is fine. However, I hope they do continue VJ Star or some version of it since Joanne is no longer part of the project. I just don't want them to toss out that idea just because one member is no longer there. Also, I want them to keep up a consistent variation of content even when they're not promoting. Reposting old selfies can only do so much, especially when there's no new content to back that up. However, I'm not going to clock them for that at this moment since they are limited in what they can do due to the current virus situation. Now, on the topic of accessibility, I'm gonna keep saying this until it finally happens. The Glitzy website. There's so much missed opportunity on that website to the point it's starting to bother me. I see that the zpop Dream website got updated, which looks great by the way. Zenith's website got updated, and yes, I know they are not part of the project anymore. So what's stopping you guys from, I don't know, putting the Glitzy app content on the website as well so anyone can access it without a phone? Like, don't be shy. Put the Glitzy content on the website too. This is probably the most I'll say about this since this isn't really a big concern of mine, but it's bigger than my smaller concerns, if that makes sense. So moving on. I feel like this whole section could be summed up with one word, and that word is consistency. I think it's great to promote in multiple countries in order to increase your exposure for the project. What would make it even better is if there were consistent promotions, just constantly keeping them in the public eye, not having them gone for a long period of time with little to no updates. And again, this goes back into the content topic, but having them constantly doing something, involved in something. I think a great start to that is members like Queen, Roy, and Carlene constantly taking part in acting roles and or performances. Now, if only we can spread that out possibly to all the members. I know that is part of the original plan. However, it needs to be done quicker. I think the longer a group is out of the public eye and not promoting, the quicker some people tend to forget about them because of the oversaturation of groups. I think some unfortunate examples of that are BAP, Sonamu, and Hotshot. Although BAP had to go through a horrible situation and Sonamu were horribly managed as well as Hotshot. Also, another thing that I hope they do in the future is take advantage of survival shows or just competition shows in general. Personally, I hate survival shows and competition shows ever since Show Me the Money and Produce 101, but still, I really would like them to take more advantage of them because I feel like they can do a lot of good for them possibly. But anyways, if there's any that's happening and that you're able to send some or one of the members on, do that. There's no harm in trying. Like for example, I know Youth With You, a Chinese survival show, ended not too long ago, and if Joanne was still a member, that would have been a great opportunity to send her on there. I know Carlene auditioned for the Korean show V1 but didn't make it onto the show, but I hope in the future that doesn't stop them from sending certain Z-stars onto those shows in the future. Just overall, since they have to pave their own way for this project, I just want them to consistently push this project. Like shove them in everyone's faces, consistently put them out there and do a bit more for them, and that will make a difference. There's one thing a lot of other groups and companies are able to do that zpop Dream currently cannot do, and that is promote their groups. I feel as if the one thing that was supposed to separate this project from the rest could be the project's temporary downfall, especially since at the current time there is no exact date of when they will be able to travel again, which is extremely unfortunate. Now, I'm not going to say that they should have planned for something like this to happen because that would be unfair for me to expect that. However, once they are able to travel again, there will be a lot of rebuilding for lost time, not only for first generation but now for second generation. Personally, I also think that if the project doesn't find a way to make themselves stand out besides the concept of having members from different countries, the project could also get buried by other groups and or singers out there. I feel like right now, I think there needs to be a step up with this project as it approaches its second year. The difference between the amount of attention the project got when it was first announced and creating buzz in early 2019 to now is literally a night and day difference. And I think it also shows how quickly the attention from people can shift. And you never know, at some point there could be the day where a company could decide to do what zpop Dream is doing, but improve upon it and make it better. For a while now, I felt as if the project was approaching a standstill, and not only because of the current virus situation. And I'm not saying this because I think the project is going to fail. No matter what, this project is going to have people who are going to support it. However, again, I fear it could get buried or not get the attention they're expected to have without improving their strategy as the years go by. Like better songs, improved promotion, find ways to promote the other members along with the current 3 that have activities outside the group. Take the extra mile in the future. You see groups and artists who are trying to take advantage of the virus situation and doing things virtually, from concerts to fan meetings, etc. Maybe, hopefully in the future, Divtone can implement that into their plans as well. I just fear that without improvement of this project, I fear that it could either not last the 7 years as planned or last the 7 years with not as much attention as before. And I'm hoping now that Divtone is in charge that we see an improvement in their strategy. But we'll have to wait once they start promoting again. Until then, we wait. Hi, so I'm recording this after editing this whole video, and wow, this video ended up being way longer than I wanted it to be, but I can only blame myself because I talked way too much and over-explained things. But yeah, for anyone who wanted to know my current concerns for the project, here it is. I know these concerns are mainly based on the period of time that Zenith was overseeing the project, so I'll use this as reference for when the project is active again under Divtone to see if any of my concerns are no longer concerns. I know this is probably my most critical video to date, but again, I want to reiterate, in case someone tries it, I genuinely do not hate this project. I think there's a lot of value to this project, and I actually really do respect what they're trying to achieve, like more representation and giving a chance to people who wanted to pursue something like this but felt like they couldn't. I want this project, like everyone else, to be successful, but I think there is a need for improvement. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more. I hope you're all doing well and are in good health. Please take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.